Three alleged con artists exploiting people's traditional beliefs have been arrested by members of the Hawks for Serious Commercial Crimes investigating team in Pretoria. Now, these are three suspects, of course, and they aged between 31 and 39, and they were arrested in Littleton on Thursday. Now, to give us more on the story, I'm joined by the spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Philani Nkwalase. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Just take us through how, this conning of people was happening. How were they able to carry out, this particular mission?
Okay, thank you for having us. First of all, the suspects were arrested and expected to appear in court at the Pretoria Central on Monday. They were arrested on Thursday, as you've said. Basically, there would be ads on through internet, on social media, on how they would be they're able to assist people in quite a number of issues that they may be going through. So one of the victims, who is a 40-year-old victim, reached out to them, and she wanted assistance because she was having issues with her financial. She needed basically financial stability and seek to consult with them pertaining to that issue. And apparently, she is a contracted employee, and so she wanted that situation to change. And of course, she made a consultation, and there was a spiritual cleansing consultation where she actually paid about 1,000 rand on the initial consultation. And then, of course, to cut the long story short, there were other subsequent consultations for which she had to pay about over 223,000 rand. And how it happened was that she was actually convinced in that process because there were rituals that were performed, and at some stage she was made to believe that she was speaking to her ancestors, whereas it was just another person in another hidden compartment in the room. So that's how this whole issue happened. And some of the transactions where the money was paid in cash, while others were through, EFT. Now, later on, realizing that she had been conned and that she had actually lost all her, savings, and the matter was reported to our team in Gauteng, the commercial crime. And really, we would like to appeal to the public to exercise caution when it comes to these issues, because this is not the first matter. Around about the same month, this victim was defrauded. I think in August. There was a conviction of a similar matter in Port Elizabeth, where the suspect, the old suspect, I think his name is Bashir, if my memory serves me well, he was sentenced to 15 years imprisonment for defrauding a qualified teacher who had actually, consulted, and she was made to resign from her work to then cash out the amount of that exceeds 600,000 for whatever rituals that had to be made, and believing that she would actually, the money would multiply and be millions, which is the same case even in this instance.
Now, when it comes to this particular cleansing, how does it happen? How does it take place? Because I know in one instance you're describing the fact that, they would be made to think that they're speaking to some of their ancestors. But are there any other parts of rituals that they were allegedly made to take part in?
No, well, on the consultation where this particular victim had paid 1,000 rand, and that first spiritual cleansing, she was made to bring certain items. For instance, she was allegedly made to bring coins that would be similar to her age. If perhaps she's 40, she would have to bring 40 rand in coins apart from the 1,000 rand. And if she has kids, that is maybe 20, there would be 20 rand that would be brought, so that the whole family, when it comes to the issues of finance, are cleansed. So in that part is then removed. So there were certain items and some products that they had to bring, which I really do not want to get into in details, but she was made to bring those along with the 1,000 rand fee, and of which she did. And in that process, she was then convinced, because of course these people are not just one person, it's a syndicate others are doing other things while you are consulting, and you are made to believe there is a miracle that is performed during the consultation, which was the case in this matter. And is she the only victim, or have you managed to track down the others? At this stage, we have the 40-year-old victim along with his father, because she allegedly brought her father to come along, and hence we issued a statement appealing to those that may have been fallen prey to such a consultation in that area in Pretoria with Centurion to come forward. But we believe we do have a strong case when it comes to this lady, but we really would love if people, if those that may have fallen victims could come forward, because we believe she is not the only victim. And as a final question from me tonight, we see, as you mentioned earlier on, that there is another conviction that was secured in Port Elizabeth. Certainly, these two cases are not the only cases that we have been seeing of people being exploited for either their religious beliefs or traditional beliefs. How difficult is it for authorities to be able to clamp down on these particular crimes, especially because this industry does not appear to be regulated? Well, which is why we are using platforms like these that you are giving us to really appeal to the public to exercise vigilance, and the more we have such cases that are reported, we do our best to investigate and secure successful conviction, that on its own, and of course communicate such successes like we have done in this instance, where we have secured the successful arrest and now pushing for successful conviction. We hope that an official issuing statements in that regard and communicating such things, so that we can create awareness that people really, these things happen. And this is not the only type of fraud that fraudsters are doing. There's another issue that maybe we can discuss on another time, which is a love scam. A lot of people, they're getting people to be in a relationship online and believe that this person is this successful businessman who's just going through difficulties, and then they are conned as well. They lose quite a lot of money. So these traditional fraudsters, and rather, are being used as well as love scams. It certainly does look like you have your hands full there. That is Lieutenant Colonel Philani Nkwalase, who is the Hawks spokesperson, just really cautioning people, against the scams that con artists are now really using to exploit people's traditional beliefs. People being made to believe that they're speaking to their ancestors. I mean, one woman being conned of over 223,000 rand. You can imagine, certainly not a small amount there, and the Hawks cautioning people and calling forward some of those who've been victims of these unsuspecting scammers.